weird to think that people have died in a building that we're about to go to.
Basically, we're going over to Varick Street, which is an office building, and within that, office building, there's also a post office and everything. But there also happens to be a detention center, which a lot of people don't know about, but it really just came out in the New York Times article. So we're going over to actually film the building.
Yeah, and you'll see it. Like, this building looks like it's a post office, and then on top of it, there's a detention center. We haven't moved 50 feet away from our school yet. Maybe, okay, no, we probably moved like 100 feet away. But like, it's right there. This is like, there's American flags everywhere.
This is it. 201 Varick Street.
Is there a detention center?
Yes, you got to go around the corner. This is the employees' entrance.
And so we could go in.
Yeah,
but you can't film around here.
Do you think it's unfair at all that it's hidden? Doesn't it look kind of hidden in this building? There's no signs that say that it's a detention center.
Right, yes.
And there was a big protest out here earlier.
Right.
So why are you guys here today?
Well, today is the National Day of Human Rights. I'm coming from El Centro del Inmigrante. That's a day work labor center. So a lot of immigrants. If you have no papers,
yeah,
they bring you here, yeah?
Today, that's Mr. President received the Peace Prize. And peace for who? You know, the immigrants receive torture here. That's not only Guantanamo. You know, this isn't here.
People get tortured.
Yes.
What? Do you know exactly what happened to
This is a jail.
This is a jail.
Yeah. But that's no more under contract, federal contract. This is a private company of the contract. These people don't respect human rights.
You think like it doesn't say that it's a jail here? You know, there's no sign at all of it being a detention center, or in your words, it's a prison, right? That's what you said. So like, don't you think they should advertise it a little bit that there is a prison here? I mean, like, do you think anybody knows about this?
I just knew it was a detention center that is in the immigration community, and they bring people here. I mean, I don't know if you know this, but for example, in our jails in New York City, for example, in Rikers Island, the ICE goes in there quite secretly. And they've arrested about 1,300 people in the past year or so. This is at Rikers Island. So in other words, they go to a prison population of various people. But, you know, ICE says there was a big sign up there. I don't know if you got. ICE has basically arrested about 400,000 people in the United States.
And what do you think happens in this particular, you know?
Well, the same thing that happens everywhere. First of all, everybody who's in there, it's not a criminal. They're people who are immigrants, and their crime is a misdemeanor. Really, that's not having the proper papers. But they're human beings. They're living with their families. They're trying to work. And what ends up happening is that they go in there, they get into these, put them in prison uniforms. They don't give them proper medical care. There's been many instances in there where people have not been taken care of and have very, very serious diseases.
And that's illegal, right? You're not allowed to.
It's interesting, but immigrants have no legal rights. All the constitutional rights, one of the reasons why this big thing happened is because constitutional rights are supposed to be for anybody who sets foot inside the United States. And the fact is that immigration, people who are immigrants who don't have papers, and even some who do, are not given the ordinary civil liberties that you learn about in your high school. You know, the right, there's a thing, right to anything, right to a lawyer. They come here and then they're zipped away. Like there's a report about this just happened this past week. 3 guys were brought in, they tried to get a lawyer, the lawyer was on his way and they were zipped off to New Mexico. So they never got to talk to their families, never got to talk to a lawyer in New Mexico. God knows what's going to happen. So this is kind of like a way station very quickly before they take them away from their homes.
You're not allowed.
So wait, can we talk to you? We're high school students. We're just around the corner.
I know, but they don't want me to videotape me around.
All right, so can we film you over here?
No, not me. You can go in the corner and film someone else.
Well, can you explain what this building is without us even looking at you?
It's got a lot of federal offices in it, and a lot of things are confidential. That's all I can tell you.
Okay. That? Yeah, that?